Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one, and I'm very excited about this one, guys. One of my favorite local breweries, Pontoon Brewing Company, has just released another beer, Nightmare Fuel. I love the creepy label and, of course, the style. They do this so well. This is a Berliner Weiss, or Berliner style Weiss is what it says on the label, with cherries, raspberries, black currant, and lactose. It is 6.5% alcohol by volume, 8 IBUs, natural flavors, no artificial flavorings or colorings. Sandy Springs, Georgia, Pontoon Brewing Company, LLC. The Serious Series. Keep cold, drink fresh. All I do is get fresh beer from Pontoon Brewing Company. Awesome beer. They're very local. Unfortunately, I don't think you can get their beer outside of the state of Georgia. But if you ever have a chance, if you're ever visiting Georgia or have a chance to try Pontoon Brewing Company beers, they make excellent beers, especially their Berliner Weisses, their sours, their gozes, and of course their stouts. But I mean, hell, everything they do is good. They make some great IPAs. Who am I kidding? Everything that they put out, I've loved. And I have very, very high expectations from this, especially with that freaking cool label, man. Nightmare Fuel. I love this time of year. I love when these breweries start putting out all these crazy fall and Halloween themed type beers. So, really excited about this. Let's go ahead and get right into it, shall we? I like the fact that they put lactose in this as well. Kind of gives it, anytime you have a fruit beer like this and you add lactose, give it that creamy mouthfeel. I just think it's a major plus. Wild Leap does the same thing. One of my favorite craft breweries. Wild Leap and Pontoon Brewing, probably my two favorite Georgia breweries. All right, look at that. My gosh. It looks like juice. Nice two finger, light pink, creamy looking head with a reddish, pinkish, dark, opaque appearance, juice-like appearance. Cannot see through it. Don't see any particulate matter or sediment floating about, but you definitely cannot see through this beer at all. It is opaque. It looks like puree, I should say. It looks absolutely delightful. Raspberries are the primary aroma that I'm getting. Cherry, a little bit of the cherry. I'm getting a blackberry note. It doesn't have blackberries in it. It does have black currant, which I'm not too familiar with. From my understanding, black currant is kind of like a grape, a little bit more bitter grape, but I really don't know. I've not really had black currant of any kind other than in beer. So raspberry, blackberry type aroma. Little bit of the cherry coming through in the background. A little bit of a bready malt character as well, like a wheat malt note. And that is all I am getting. 6.5%, is that what I said? 6.5%. Not picking up on any alcohol. Maybe a little bit of sweetness coming from the lactose. It just smells absolutely delightful. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers, guys. Oh my gosh. The raspberries are coming through right up front. I'm getting a little bit of tartness, which I think is coming from the cherries. There's a nice wheat bready malt character in the middle of the sip. The mouthfeel, it's got a nice creamy mouthfeel. Although the body is relatively light, anytime you're dealing with a juicy, creamy beer like this, it just, to me, the drinkability is just through the roof with something like this. Carbonation is nice and prickly on the medium side. Tart on the finish. No bitterness at 8 IBUs. You're definitely not getting any bitterness with this beer. So if you're looking for something with a nice hop bite to round out the beer, you're not going to get it with this. But I wouldn't want any bitterness with a beer like this anyway. I love these Berliner style Weiss beers with a little bit higher ABV with the lactose. Pontoon does these beers so well. Man, it reminds me a lot of the Cells, Sweat, and Beers, I believe was the name of it, that Pontoon Brewing Company did not too long ago. I did review it on my channel, but it's been at least 6 months since I reviewed that one. Very similar to that, just outstanding mouthfeel with the lactose, the fruit freshness, the taste with all the fruit, the tartness, the sweetness, the just everything with the fruit is spot on. And it's got that creamy mouthfeel, which leads into the finish, and the tartness on the finish really makes this one pop. This is outstanding. I would highly recommend it. There's no flaws whatsoever with this beer. I'm not going to give it a perfect score because the Sail, Sweat, and Beers and the Litherman's beer that Bumpy Road sent me are right there with this one, maybe slightly better. Well, you know what? I'm going to give it a 99. It's damn near perfect, and if somebody reviewed this and gave it a perfect score, I wouldn't argue with them. But I'm going to go with a 99 out of 100. It is, for all intents and purposes, it is the perfect Berliner Weiss beer. Pontoon just does such a great job with these things. I love the label. I love the beer. I love everything about this. It's a 99 out of 100. Buy it, try it if you can find it. I highly recommend it. It is an incredible brew. So that'll do it for this beer review, guys. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. And until next time, everybody. Cheers.